Hi, this is Mary Beth Shaw at StencilGirl Products. I am here to talk about the #1 question we get asked the most. Want to venture a guess? It's how to store the stencils. Simple, easy peasy. I used to store mine in a strawberry box. Yes, like a square wood box, like you would get at the produce stand or something. Like it would have strawberries in it. And then, you know, that was back in the day when we didn't have that many stencils. And then as I acquired more and more, I needed different storage methods. I'm one of those people that I've got to see my stuff, because if I don't see it, I tend to not use it that much. So I need to have my things out in the open. I need to be able to look at them. So I use this Click It Up storage system. This company has, I don't know if they've gone out of business or they've eliminated their stock or what, but you can't buy a lot of their products anymore, so don't get all whipped up about it. But I've got ideas for you. So anyway, what I do is I've got a couple of these. I've got one at home, and here, this is the one in my studio. And I have a level set up for each size stencil. And then what I do is I buy these are called J hooks, and I just get them off of Amazon, but it's a little hook that is in the shape of a J, hence the name J hook. And they're sticky, and I stick them on the top of the stencil, and then I just hang the stencil on the rack there. So these turn around, and I can easily glance through and find the stencils I need. And this for me is a great way to do it, because I really do. I have to look at them all. I don't want them to be in a book or something, or put them in sleeves. Oh my gosh, that would take way too much time for me. So here's an idea. I was at a flea market recently, and I bought this lampshade, and it came just like this. The wire, it was here. I don't know what people were using them for, but I'm thinking stencil, because a friend of mine actually bought a lampshade and then took the cloth off and turned it into a stencil holder. So this could be an easy little desktop stencil holder. And I've got all 3 sizes that fit very nicely on here. I'm using the same sort of J hooks to hold them in place. You could hang it from the ceiling by the center point, and then you could get an extra row down here. Let's say you can't find a lampshade. Get a little thin rod of some sort, like a tiny dowel maybe, and you can hang these on dowels. You could take a coat hanger. Just take a coat hanger and hang it on the edge of the coat hanger. You could have like categories. You could have the coat hanger of flower stencils, the coat hanger of geometric stencils. For me, I'd need 2 coat hangers for my circle stencils. But anyway, I'm just giving you some ideas of what I would like to do to store my stencils, so that I can see them and I can get to them and use them easily. We've got lots more ideas for you regarding storage, so take a look. Thanks for being a customer of StencilGirl.
Hi, this is Maria, and now I'm here to show you my StencilGirl stencil storage. What you're looking at is some IKEA black cabinets that my husband built me. I absolutely love them, and they are throughout my whole office here. And yes, my stencils are inside. My system has changed and morphed over the years, and I finally have something I absolutely love. Let's go take a look at where they are. So if we walk over to this first black cabinet and look inside, you will see the majority of my stencils are right there. What he did for me, after hearing me complain a million times, was put in this black pegboard that he found on the internet and these long peg hooks. The board is actually attached with Command adhesive Velcro, and if we ever decide to use these for something else, no damage. I still use those wonderful J hooks up here to hang the majority of my stencils. And yes, I do it by artist's name. Just because of work, it's much easier for me to go and flip through and find what I'm looking for. So you can see them all there. The other thing I absolutely love about this is that I can flip through and find what I need and then even put it back up wet, because I have a little impatience problem and I love to be able to do that. So the other thing I use is I still use these wonderful clips that you can see down here from Simply Renee, and I use those for stencils like this one from Karyl that doesn't really have an edge, so it's much easier to hang it with a hook like this. So I also have some stencils down in the bottom cabinet, and as you can see down there, I have a couple rows. The first row is my own stencil designs, and so is the second. And then if you go down to the bottom here, you will see all the Stencil Club designs. So super easy storage system, packs in a ton of stencils in a small space, really affordable, and can be done in any cabinet. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hey everybody, this is Gwen. I wanted to share a little bit about how I store my stencils. This is one of the most popular questions that we see on Facebook and in messages and all that kind of thing, is how do you store all of your stencils? So this is my method. I think it's a little different from most of the ones that I've seen, but I thought I would just kind of walk you through the products that I use to store and then show you the actual storage itself. So the first thing, I know a lot of people don't like to use sleeves for theirs because it's such a pain in the neck to take the stencils in and out of the sleeves, but I actually really like it, and I'll show you when we get to it. So the first thing that I use is I use these 9x12 shop ticket holders. They're by ULINE, and I buy them in boxes of 50 because clearly I have a problem that I need that many. And you can get them in smaller boxes. I think they have smaller packages, but I like these because they're nice and heavy duty, and they're the perfect size for the 9x12 StencilGirl stencils. And so you can see they fit in there perfectly, and you can fit 2 per package. So I love those. These are really great. I just get mine on Amazon. You could look elsewhere and see where you could find them, but these are great. And then what I use to put in between, because I store them to a package, I use this, and I don't know if you can see it very well. I just go to the children's craft section in the large craft stores, and because it's super cheap, you can get, you know, the quality is not as good as if you're buying in the artist section, but you know, they have 9x12 paper, which is great for putting in my storage. And then it's also good too because I have all of this paper that's good for trying things out, trying new techniques or seeing how a stencil works, that kind of thing, without using my good paper. So I really like that, and I use that together with the ticket holders. And then the other thing that I use are these pocket page protectors. You can get them from different brands. These happen to be our We Are Memory Keepers. But I love these because they make them in 4x4. So you get 9 spaces for 4x4 stencils, and then they also make the 6x6. These are a lot more easily available, I think, in different brands, but I really like these a lot to store my smaller stencils. And so I do store them by size and then kind of by category. I'm not really the most picky about how I store them, but I will start by showing you the 9x12s. And let's see if I can bring this over here without knocking down my camera. This is a high-tech storage solution right here. It's a shoebox. And hopefully you can see this. You wouldn't believe how I had to jerry-rig a camera so that you can see my workspace. But this is how I store them, and I keep them right on my desk. And so the nice thing about the shoebox is that it holds them upright, and I can put them on the corner of my desk so that they're in easy reach because I use stencils in so many of my projects. And you can see I've got them, as I showed you before, they're in the 9x12 shop ticket, and I put 2 in to each one. And you can see a lot of mine are labeled, and that's because because I'm a little bit anal, and also because since I do so many projects and I need to list the names of the stencils, they put them on there. But it's, you know, it's also nice to know. So you can see I've got mine organized, all of the 9x12s together, and then you can see the tabs here. I have them organized by theme, and it's kind of like theme according to me. So whatever works for you, but you can see I've got, you know, flowers, nature, trees, that kind of thing. And then I have animals, so anything that kind of falls in the animal area, people, and that includes like masks, and it includes the Orly Avenary stencils, which I actually really, really love. Letters and numbers, I have some border stencils in here, and then geometric. This is where it gets kind of fuzzy. This is, I think it's geometric, so I'm going to stick it in here. I don't really mind too much when I have to browse to find something, as long as it's generally organized, and then it just takes me a few seconds to flip through. And then things that have a primarily circle motif, and then I have kind of like a miscellaneous organic section, maps, and then buildings and architecture. And then here in the back, that's a stencil I made from a stencil for a project, and then this right here is my top secret section, so I can't show you that because those are stencils that haven't been released yet. So we'll just leave you that little cliffhanger and shove that out of the way. And then the other ones, I just keep, like I showed you, I keep them in here in my pocket pages, and I just have them all connected together with little binder rings. And then I just put pieces of cardstock and I cut it down and put it into the pockets so that I can put 2 per pocket, the same as I did with the big ones. So you can see I have the 4x4 in here first, and you can see some of them are very well used. I feel a little less bad about my stencil addiction because I do use them so much. That kind of helps me justify a lot of things. So you can see I put them in there. I have some space here to grow. And then one of the things you can see too is sometimes I will make stamps from my stencils. This one has gotten a little bit beaten up, but then I just store it with the stencil so that it's right there and they're all in one place. And because these stamps are just made from fun foam and they're pretty flat, so they slide right in there and it doesn't really cause any problems. So you can see I do that. These are not so much in order. They're kind of generally in order, but because it's just a couple pages of them, I don't mind flipping through. But like you can see, I've got all of Seth's Insider stencils there. I've got all of Ray's new 4x4s together. And then we flip over and I have my special stencils that you get if you get Mary Beth's books. That these are the ones that come special with those. It's the only place you can get them. And then I have, of course, the 6x6, and these are a little bit more by category. So you can see I kind of keep my flowers together. And then you can see the nice thing about doing it this way is that, oh, you know, I needed to have a thing for more circles kind of shaped stencils. So just stick a page right in the middle, add what I needed to, and then I've got room to grow right in the middle. So you can see I kind of have those by theme. I've got room here for another text one. And again, if I make a stamp from a stencil, I just go ahead and slide it in the pocket so that you can see it. And that is it. That's pretty much how I store my stencils. I hope that helps somebody out there. And I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you later. Thanks.
Hi, Janet here. This is where I work. I have made it convenient to have my stencils within easy reach of my seat. I have them divided by size in these box lids and metal tray, which makes them easy to pull up on my work desk and sort through. It's probably not the most efficient solution, but right now it works for me. Thanks for visiting.
For more information about our products, please visit StencilGirl Products at www.stencilgirlproducts.com.